Welcome back to Alan Wake. We are taking a bit of a time jump here. We have already completed episode 6, Departure. Regrettably, it has been taken down due to some copyright issues with the in-game, ambient background music. That should be fine, but understandable. Okay. So regrettably, I have taken the music way, way down. It's at like a level 2 or something now. That is, I hope, not going to kick off anyone's anger or copyright issues. I don't know. But we're going to try to take a real quick pass through the ending sequence here once more. Episode 6, Departure. And if it gets taken down again, I'm just not going to be able to do it this way. I will need to get my own capture system and not rely on the in Xbox Twitch app for my capture. So, we're giving this one more shot, a bit of a roll of the dice, with no music whatsoever, which is going to make it a little less dramatic and impactful, for which I really apologize. I'm also not going to know as readily when the enemies are coming at me, because that's kind of a musical cue. So this is going to be fun. But we'll get through it in the hopes that it can keep the ending plot out there for posterity, because all of it was blown away in my first attempt. So, here we go again. Let's see if we can get a previously on, and I will hopefully not be redacting my information here.
Previously on Alan Wake, I wrote a horror story that has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song!
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Another flashback. These are my favorite. I love flashing. Back. I should clarify.
I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
That'll help. Oh, that's nice.
The sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun.
Little something
Pills worked
for the pain
fast.
there.
The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again. There was a message waiting for me on the machine.
But I didn't want to have anything to do with that and immediately went back to bed. I crawled back under the covers with my sunglasses and the entire bottle of painkillers. In 15 minutes, all of the painkillers were happily in my tum-tum, and I slept like an overfull bear for 7 hours, and it was the best day ever.
You have one new message.
Al! Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey! You should have your show on your TiVo. If Alice wasn't too mad to record it. As she called me earlier and really chewed me out. Yeah, we went a little overboard last night. But parties are a part of this business. Al, look, I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay? I'll talk to you later, Al. Watch the show.
She's also not trying to do my career any favors by running my life. It's completely different things. And you cannot be my wife, Barry. I'm sorry. The position is taken.
Talk show the previous night.
For now. I mean, we'll
The
talk.
show was supposed to be waiting for me on our TiVo.
I want coffee first. Beep boop, boop. Beep beep. Put the grounds in the toaster. Make sure they're nice and roasty. And then, beep boop boop. Boop boop. Then we blend the grounds a little. And then we stand mix the grounds to make sure it's nice and smooth. Then back to the beep boop boop and the booping. And then we wash our hands. And then finally the coffee is ready. We just have to add a little soy sauce. All right. Caffeinated and ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Garrett Show.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We have a great show tonight. I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop.
Yeah, good read. Go buy it.
No, it is a good read. Look, I'm gonna be honest here.
Is that wise?
No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy. But this one, I actually read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan.
Wow, thanks.
Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book yet. Based on the sales figures, the 2 people out there who haven't read the book yet. But this last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man?
Good riddance. No, seriously, though. 7 years and 6 books is a long time. He was a gloomy guy to spend all your working hours with, and it was a good run. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
You selfish bastard, always thinking of yourself. Well, you've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. And now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear. So, how's the publicity tour been treating you?
Good, great. But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York.
Well, you've certainly been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
Oh, man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
You are famous for that temper.
I mean, sure, I shouldn't have stabbed him, but...
I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now. Go get it. That means the 2 of you out there who haven't bought it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for a Sam. There it is. And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you, and good night.
Must be so tired of doing
I
that.
told myself I could.
Oh, hello, Marco. Hello, everyone.
I didn't say anything stupid if that's what you want to know.
Okay, Grumpy. You want an aspirin or something?
Are you gonna start with me about drinking now?
You know what? Go back to sleep, Alan.
You're just like Barry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
What,
that. I'm
nice
just
way to
very
talk to me?
stressed.
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet.
Interestingly, I do not really seem to have control over how loud the music is in the cinematics.
The key to the cabin.
So that's going to be a bit of a problem.
To Cauldron Lake to save Alice.
But we'll see what happens.
I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
Good luck, Al.
There, Puffy friend. I love you. You'll get through this. Even though you'll have to live without me for the better part of a decade.
When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page, I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed. Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this, having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed. There would be no way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter. My course was set.
Okay. So, under the light of the lovely Verizon billboard here, let me just make a quick recap. That we were in the dam in Cynthia Weaver's well-lit room at the abandoned Bright Falls power station. We found the clicker in a shoebox, which is very important, that Thomas Zane left. We now know that anything Thomas Zane left in a shoebox, and I believe it's any shoebox, just a shoebox of any sort, can stay in our reality. Every other reference to Thomas Zane was written out of the world. So nobody remembers who Thomas Zane is. He technically was not a poet and famous author in the 70s, but a couple of people do remember him due to this shoebox loophole. And people who were touched by the darkness in Cauldron Lake also remember him, to some extent. He wrote, in that shoebox, there was a manuscript page that he wrote into existence an element of Alan's childhood. That Alan, when he was a child, was afraid of the dark, and his mother gave him a clicker to defend against it. And it has not only, like, literal childhood imaginary power to beat darkness, it's also, like, now an altered item in a control sense due to that combination of factors. So we know that in some sense Thomas Zane wrote a part of Alan's childhood. We also know in Alan's manuscript that he kind of wrote Thomas Zane back into existence. Like, when Zane was gone, he may have had a loophole himself that Alan would bring him back, but it's really kind of unclear. It's like a chicken and egg situation. Did Alan write Zane into existence to write elements of his childhood to change things, or was it the other way around? Is Alan a creation of Thomas Zane? And this has always been the plan since the 70s. It's kind of both. It's neither. And it's very, very interesting. I think I described it last time through as like an Ouroboros, a snake eating its own tail, is Thomas Zane and Alan Wake. They both sort of wrote each other into existence in a weird way. And seeing that question in the chat there, do we know why Zane was written out? We do at this point. He wrote himself out because he's the one who woke up the darkness by using his creative power combined with Cauldron Lake to bring Barbara Jagger back from the dead. he inadvertently opened the door to our reality, to the dark presence in physical form, as Barbara Jagger. And he knew that something was wrong, and so to make up for it, he wrote not only that aspect of creation that brought Barbara Jagger back never happened, he wrote that nothing he changed ever happened. He got a little scared about any of his acts of creation, and he basically made it so that the volcano beneath Cauldron Lake exploded and took out the island, and there was nothing left of them besides that shoebox, and no one remembered any of his stories. He was a very famous author, etc., etc. So I do believe he wrote himself out of existence to try to prevent the Dark Presence from being released, but he always had doubts that this would work, and so he also seems to have written this secret backup plan into Alan's childhood in some weird way. So, just to catch up, that was everything we kind of learned back in the dam just prior to this. And in that shoebox, he found the clicker from his childhood, that childhood item that would ward off the darkness. And we know that while we were in the dam, it was like midnight. It was pitch black outside. And he clicked the clicker while we were down in the well-lit room, and now you can see it is daytime. Somehow. And I think we're all caught up there. So sorry. It's a rehash from last time, but I just wanted to make sure my head is in the right spot here. Thank you for indulging me. And I'm still trying to figure it out. All of this is still my best suggestion, and not necessarily true. Just trying to pick up the pieces as we go along here. So we have just a bit of a drive to get back to the tunnel, where I believe the Dark Presence will slap our hand away for having used the clicker. There is a little bit of ammo down here. I'm just going to chase it while I can. While it's safe to do so. Gotta chase that ammo. And I usually walk down this hill. I'm finally going to try taking the vehicle with me to save time. For just a bit more ammo. Lovely. Alright, back on our big road trip. Stop at Stucky's for some, I don't know, Twinkies and soda, I guess? Get whatever you want. You don't have to get Twinkies and soda. It's on me. Ooh. Not very good at off-roading here. There we go. That's smooth. Alright, end of the line. So we have modified the middle of the night to be the middle of the day to protect ourselves, but now it seems like the darkness gets to make their first move.
Touched me. There was a link between us. Always would be. I could feel its presence again, getting closer.
I will kill your wife.
Please don't. Okay, now I finally get to use that shield button again. I've been telling myself not to for game after game, but it's back to shield button.
The dark presence was no longer trying to capture the writer so he could create the ending it wanted. The writer knew too much. He was too strong. And he carried a weapon left behind by Thomas Zane, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the writer from ever reaching Cauldron Lake and the dark place it came from.
So just quickly important to note that this whole time the dark presence has not been trying to kill me. It has been trying to make things seem dramatic in a story sense. That is the balance of the fiction Alan has been writing, that you get attacked and then you're safe, and then you get attacked and then you're safe. But now the darkness is just going to kill me. Its plan has officially failed, and it wants me dead. And it will have it. But I'm sorry to interrupt our road trip. Back in the car, everyone. Here, unwrap your Twinkies. We'll take a second. Oh, sorry. I accelerated randomly and I spilled a little Twinkie goo on my lap. But nothing my dry cleaner can't handle when I'm back in New York, I'm sure. Smithers! It is now quite dark and foggy again. Thanks for that, dark presence. Thank you very much. And we find ourselves in the parking lot of the Mojestic. Yes, the Motel Majestic. It's so majestic in here. Yes, alright, bathroom break. This road trip just goes on and on. I shouldn't have drank all those Twinkies. Now I'm bursting at the seams. Well, just attack me then. If you're gonna make it all dark and spooky, in clear preparation for an attack against me and my personhood, let's just get it over with.
Based on the signature in the motel register, Agent Nightingale had stayed here, in room number 2.
Agent Nightingale is a big number 2, eh? I mean, he's in room number 2, is what I read. That's the rumor I've heard. Alright, I don't necessarily want to switch to the shotgun, but I do want the ammo, thank you. And... is this it? Oh, yep, that looks like
This had
it.
obviously been the room where Agent Nightingale had stayed when he hadn't been busy harassing me.
Can tell by the family size bottle of wine. That's for the whole family, usually, but Agent Nightingale is alone. No one is saying unwanted. No one is explicitly saying that.
Look after yourself and your co-workers.
You could have fooled me, pal.
Alright. Oh, here's a little can pyramid I've apparently missed. In all me playthroughs. That's a very, very obvious one sitting right there. Okay. There. Apparently I need a little more time at the range. Alright, so we saw Agent Nightingale's room. We got a little bit of ammo, some extra flashbangs. This is one of those situations, I think I mentioned it during our playthrough last time, that this whole ending sequence in Chapter 6 is kind of like a love letter to all of the things they wanted to do. All of the levels they wanted to give you that would have been cool little extra side pieces to the story, like this majestic motel where Agent Nightingale stayed. Originally you were supposed to have a big set piece here, and a whole chapter would have been set exploring the motel and figuring out things and whatnot, but they ran out of budget, they ran out of time. The game is hugely expansive and ahead of its time already, and there were issues. Like, considering this is 10 years old at this point, it holds up remarkably well, especially gameplay-wise. Oh, there goes my car. Let's just get into the light. You bunch of meanies. I'm trying to tell the folks about the development issues. Come on. How are they ever gonna know about the development issues now? Ooh, just barely. I almost got really tired.
What the hell?
Hello, Former. Is that you? Quick bit of cover there. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, tastefully mid-sized vehicle. Into the light and another vehicle beyond. Goodbye, poltergeists. Okay, we're on to snacking phase 2. Get out your second Twinkie and or the second item that you chose in your lineup. Could be jerky, could just be a big gulp. I don't mind. Here's the part where we fight a possessed monster truck in the cornfield. If you had that on your bingo card. It's a very loose definition of monster truck, but I'm going with it still. Alright, usually I switch vehicles in that barn. This time I'm just gonna go for it. Past the shifters and down the road. Bridge is out. Alright, we made it. Alan's learned a new way to escape through the roof of vehicles, apparently. That was very exciting. Okay, we're adding a little flare. And through the tunnel. May as well grab some of this. Just because it's fun. A little wasteful, but fun. The Trail of the Dark Presence.
Cauldron Lake was a graveyard of things the lake had claimed in one way or another over the decades. The Dark Presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged hull of an old boat here, the remains of a long-ago crashed airplane there, trees shattered under the impacts. The earth groaned. It didn't even notice.
So they're dredging everything up from the bottom of the lake. Everything that has ever been lost below the waves is going to be thrown at my nose and other face bones. I'm counting my nose as one of my face bones. This anatomy lesson brought to you by Verizon. Alright, there is a page down here. Let's go grab it while we have a vehicle. And then we'll do the big reverso. Won't that be fun?
In the end, Barry wasn't going to shoot Sarah. They both knew that. Once she had no chance of catching up to
Barry, you sweetheart.
Barry gave up the gun and sat down on the floor, shielding his face from the merciless glare of the well-lit room. "I don't think I'm ever going to see him again," he said in a weak voice. Sarah didn't have it in her to be mad at him. Besides, he was probably right.
I'm still not sure why they instantly needed to commit a felony there. Could they have just told Sarah, like, "Hey, Sarah, we really appreciate your help in getting us this far. You saved my ass in town more times than I can count, but I need to do this part alone because it is going to kill me." You could have just told her that instead of saying, "No, I need to go alone. Quick, grab her gun, Barry." It just seemed a little escalatory, but yeah, sure. It's good. Need to make sure people are safe by any means necessary. Good for you, Alan. Alright, we're doing the big reverso. Oh, it worked. Ooh. Sometimes it doesn't. Most times. And into the junkyard. Is this where you guys keep your junk? I've been curious. I'm curious, where is your junk exactly? Is it here? Is it at the yard? Well, this just seems like an ambush waiting to happen. He said, having played this 2 weeks ago and been ambushed quite severely. I've really got to stop using flashbangs there. I was hoping I had a flare equipped, but nope. It was a flashbang. And maybe that's it. Oh, good. There. Just need to get my angle right. Just needed to show a peak of angle, and it opened right up. Alright, what do we got up here? All visitors must see the yard manager. Okay. I'm here to see the yard manager. Is that possible? I need to make an appointment. Rude. Alan sees batteries. Alan owns batteries. And to hell with the rest of your remote controls. Gosh, it's like all over town. Everywhere. There's no batteries. What happened? These last 2 weeks have been like a nightmare. I have a flare gun equipped. That was almost real bright in here. I was about to get real bright. I hear boot steps. Boot steps on the cobblestones. I fear we're being chased by Jack the Ripper here. I shouldn't have been flaunting it down at the docks. That's my bad. I mean, I was just dock flaunting it. Alright, gates open. Into the junkyard proper we go. Well, that was exciting. Hold on, we gotta go back. I left the kids. Kids, get in the car. Grab your bag of marshmallows. Not the mini, the jumbo. What's wrong with you? There we go. Alright, everyone's in the car. Let's go. Mini marshmallows. I should have left you. I should have left you behind. Now you know for next time. You know where my priorities lie. Alright, I'm just gonna leave this here. It appears as though the gate is out of power. Let's check it.
I had to get the container out of my way. There had to be a way to power up the container lift.
Let's check around this way. Is this old rusty stove the way to power the container lift? Is that it?
Cut its heart out, but it didn't die. The thing that wore Barbara's face kept crooning sweet nothings sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water, a sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came.
All right. Oh, that was a valiant attempt, Alan, but no, let's try B. Goodies. Goodies on the railing. My favorite kind of railing. Ah, that snapping sound you heard. That was Alan's spinal cord. After that last exuberant pull. Oh, hey. Ah, there it is. There's the big secret. Watch out for the kids. They're in the truck bed. You need to be careful. if you have scratched one of my Twinkies or one of my children. All right. I got that flare gun equipped. There it is. I had to waste at least one. Alright, time to go. Everyone get back in the truck bed. Definitely don't use your seatbelts, because there aren't any. Somebody grab that whole rotisserie chicken over there. That looks great. Get it, get it, get it. Yeah, okay. Anytime now. All right. Junkyard, conquered? And it appears we's arrived at the ghost town. Alan, I thought you were an author. We're gonna need to talk about this.
When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room, I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
And I had to do it all before the commercial break. In Night Springs. Going down? My old knees. Geralt, help me. Help me up. Okay, ghost town. What do you have to say? This is your big chance to shine.
I will never give her to you.
Yeah, all right. Who else wants to play? Uh-oh. I'm getting flanked. Not yet. There we go. Right on the back. Yikes. That was devastating. Does anyone know how to treat chainsaw spinal lacerations? Lacerations. Anyone? No? Okay. I'll just try some of those painkillers again, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Quick look in town here, just to make sure there isn't a page. I cannot recall this time if there was one. Mm-hmm. Seemingly no, but here's some good stuff. Little bit of extra ammo. Alright, can't get back that way. Now that they've had a temper tantrum with the water tower. Moving on. Chainsawed in the back, and you're to blame. Fantastic. These chat songs. Hit after hit. Hello and welcome. You did make it to a live stream. Ahoy to all. Permission to come aboard? Wait, is that me? Permission to come aboard. Yes. To leave the ghost town behind us. Any last words for the ghosts? Ooh.
I could see
it's probably like
in the distance.
Trying to talk to your cat. I have no idea what I'm saying. Could be offensive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Whiskers. Don't look at me like that. Stocked up and ready for the big minecart Donkey Kong adventure. Here we go. This looks safe. This looks safe and fine. End of the line. Don't sue for whiplash. Alright. Very briefly run down here. Grab our cache items. Oh. It's not the time. We'll speak later. All right. Let's get back on some solid ground. I'm busy. It's getting very birdy. I thought we resolved all of this back in the film Bye Bye Birdie. I thought we'd already taken care of it. Through the little window of shooting there. That's nice. I like that. Frame them up in the window of shooting. No window for you. Ah. Okay. Any parting gifts for me? Any chainsaw wounds you'd like to lacerate my back with? Then it's down the hill. Oh. Shifters. Shifters and lake trucks. There's one. Switch to flare. Try desperately to start this. Oh. All right, we're making it. Alan has learned a lot in his week fighting the darkness. In fact, Alan has learned roughly the same in his week fighting the darkness as I have in 10 years fighting the darkness. It's funny how that works. All right. Making sure that wasn't revolver ammo, as now I'm quite low. Anyone want to go boating? Fancy a little outing on the water, do you? Hmm? Oh, yikes. I was not looking the right direction there. Alright. I missed that whole explosive scripted event, as it once again just went right into my spinal lacerations. Having trouble with facing the right way, it seems. I'll speak to a therapist. Do you have a kitchen sink back there? Jeez. Dark Presence is angry. Dark Presence is throwing everything they have. The darkness wears her face. Not to mention her funeral gown. Looks like we're going up. And down. Alright, elevator there. Does not have power. Follow the lines to the generator. Pick up goodies first. Make sure I don't have a weird flare gun equipped. Alright. There we go. Get a little of that zappy line going. Alright, call in the elevator. Everybody in? Arms and legs inside the ride? Sorry our road trip got cut short there. Now we're on a hike. We're hiking together as a big family.
After Zane had gone, I stood alone in the shifting dream that was the dark place. I had to find a way to the cabin. I'd written myself a way through this place in the manuscript. I followed the idea of a path. I'd written myself across the ocean that blocked my way, and with that, there was a bridge to the island beyond. The idea of the cabin flickered in the underwater darkness. I willed the cabin to be real, and it was.
All right.
Turn back now.
No. Turn back, no. Excuse me. Time to run for it now. Into the light.
Do as you're told.
Ouch. Now I'm scratched. You just Mr. Scratched me.
Alice never loved you.
Alright, we're finally making it to our big road trip destination. I know I promised Disneyland, but... well, I lied. You know you can't stop me, Barbara. I'm coming to give you a bad day, Barbara. Oh, so close. I jumped at just the wrong time there. My apologies. Let me try that again.
You can't win.
A little bit more careful about when I'm jumping this time.
You will fail.
All right, Barbara. You and I.
It's over.
You're gonna have to calm down, Barbara.
You're messing us up.
This has been fated to happen for some time now. Literally. Welcome to Disneyland.
Shh, baby. You were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No,
Everything's fine. You're home.
it wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
I'm flashing again.
Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear in the dark.
Look out the window.
your fear.
There's no forgetting
Why aren't
this.
you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Hey now. Okay.
Alan, you're scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman?
Please don't.
I read your manuscript. It's brilliant.
I just need some of my classic soy coffee. I'll be fine.
You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning. Come back to bed, Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
I'm not Tom. Okay. It's time. Hey, BP. Good to see you.
You must find your way to the cabin. It stands in your way. It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light.
Now I'm getting Mr. Scratched again.
Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Use the clicker.
So as you may have surmised, I am now fully in the dark place. Alan had escaped from the dark place after his first week of writing the novel, the horror story. And now he's back, where he can carve reality to his will to some extent, although it is hideously dangerous.
I followed the idea of a path.
I'm leaving you.
What?
I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what do you say? You can't...
You don't love me. How could you when you don't even love yourself? All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything in the world. You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on. What are you doing, Alan? Stop. Put the light back on.
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
I had written myself across the ocean.
Across the ocean.
You're not my Barbara.
Tom, let me go. I promise to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Your heart is filled with darkness. I'll cut it out. I'll take you back to the depths you came from.
Bad day for Tom.
Filled with darkness.
for me, you hag! Where am I? Let me go!
Alice! Alice! I'm coming!
Your husband refused to do as he was told. All he had to do was write what I wanted him to write. Now it's too late. It's his fault. You'll stay here forever.
Not today.
Now you will never get her back.
I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
Just like that, it's bye-bye Baba Yaga.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
So I do believe he went back to the first night, jumped into the water for the first time again, and then we see what appears to be about 2 weeks passing. It's about 14 days. And Alice, and only Alice, is released. Which is all Alan was really trying to do. And unlike Thomas Zane, who just brought Barbara back without sacrificing anything, the scales were not balanced. It was not a true story, because she just came back for no reason. And that caused the dark presence to have to be the balance, the bad thing. So in this exchange for Alice, Alan gives himself. Now the dark presence does not have a way, through either of them at least, through Alice or Alan, to get back into the world. Alice is free from it. Alan is in the dark place. And thus the scales are balanced. All of the residents of Bright Falls here have not been terrorized by a gun-wielding maniac in the night. Alan has not been on the city streets. None of this has been happening. It was all just a story. But for 2 weeks, it wasn't just a story. It was an altered world event. Rose, having been touched by the dark presence and manipulated to lure Alan and Barry to the trailer park there, is now aware of everything.
It's not a lake.
Like Cynthia Weaver.
It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
And somewhere in the dark place, Alan is still sentient, he's still conscious, and he is still writing, while attached to a limitless source of creative, reality-defying power deep within the dark place. Thank you very, very much for coming along with me here. If the music was on, you would be hearing just a hint here of David Bowie's Space Oddity to cap things off. It's very, very appropriate for the moment. And I really appreciate your time in coming along with me here. We'll see if any of this stays or if it gets wiped out by copyright stuff. However, the story is not over. That is the story of all the physical events of Bright Falls. However, there are 2 DLCs that just take place with Alan inside the dark place. So we will have more to go here over the next week, I suppose. Because over the next week, next weekend, I may be able to finish up those 2 DLCs. And then on August 27th, the Control AWE expansion comes out. So I will be trying to push myself up to that point. And we will jump right into the next chapter here, 10 years later, in Control. Thank you again for your time. I will see you later.